That's my basement.
Nice.
Oh, we are live. Sorry, guys. Give me a
Hey,
countdown.
well, welcome to the last West March Guys live stream for this campaign that revolves around the Terror of the Deep. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Woo. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of RP and then a little bit of a victory lap, and then us kind of figuring out, trying to figure out how we're going to tie up the loose ends that are still remaining in this world. Or at least how your player's going to tackle them. So let's all jump right back in to where we left off. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to post the final big fight that we had where we rented an Airbnb and I made a giant ship that was that big.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, fully painted minis. It was a lot of fun. I had a new mechanic for some naval combat that you guys seem to enjoy. But it was, well, how many hours? 16?
I think we
16.
total got 16. There's two breaks, but still.
Yeah, there's a few breaks, but
We started at 9 a.m. I think we started at 9 a.m. and ended at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe.
It was a lot,
Straight.
but it was a lot of fun. But we ended with you guys, instead of fighting the ancient sea hag, you guys decided to run away from it. And you guys were able to dive through the magic door cabinet portal and enter in, rolled a natural 20 to
16 hours, one nat 20.
Yeah,
right.
To destroy the entire artifact right then and there, therefore basically sealing her away from you guys for at least a good amount of time that you can breathe. You guys looked around and then you watched part of the reveal of how Thaddeus got all of his riches is he actually was using all of the men that joined his crew as collateral, their souls. And every single soul that was pledged to Thaddeus got reclaimed by that archdevil who goes by El Nama. But we'll pick up with you guys sort of drifting in Thaddeus's ship, the Pensive Merchant. And you can see that the remaining ships, which are numbering 11, are all beached off the northern coast of what is known as the Orange Coast. So Phantasma and the rest of you are able to get the ship, beach it along, and you can see that there are people that are like all of the sailors and all the members of the Grand Resistance have poured onto the beach and are doing a number of things. As you guys can belay down onto the sand, you see that there are people that are. It's like a mixed bag of drama, basically. You can see people who are cheering and singing songs and already starting to like chant and drink. Others are bawling their eyes out in each other's arms. And then there are some people that grip like what you can only assume is like the only like remaining piece of one of their loved ones or their friends. You can see that the captains have started a bonfire, like sort of in like the pseudo center of where all of this sort of like donut has formed around with all these ships. And as you guys walk towards the bonfire, everybody, and I mean everybody, stops what they're doing. If they're crying, they obviously don't stop crying, but they get up and in a sign of respect, they all turn and face you, and you guys get to walk up to the bonfire in a slow clap as the entirety of what remains starts to pour behind you and like basically usher you and escort you to the rest of the captains. People are loosely cheering. They're like slapping you on the back. Like people are hanging off Sheila. They're like But then again, it's on the other side. You also see people who are straggling and just like kind of like clapping, but also holding back every pain in existence. As you guys approach, you see that the captains are sitting there with all drinks in their hand, seemingly waiting for you. Nostradamus, bloodied, beaten, but still standing. Gets up, his arm's in a sling, and it ushers you guys forward to just come and stand in front of them, because it's time we had a talk. As you guys line up, he holds up his hand. As everyone begins to like kind of roar up and talk and chatter and this and that, Nostradamus' hand finally reaches its peak. You hear, "Everybody, listen the fuck up. I want everyone here to know the true gravity of what has happened here today. We brought a tyrant to justice today. We all secured the safety of our oceans for decades to come. Each and every one of you showed up today and won. We spat in the face of demons, monsters, dead men, and beasts alike." And like he like throws his hand out, and you can see like he winces with his shoulder. He goes, "And won. We've made sure that our brothers and sisters' sacrifices don't go to waste, and that our names will be written in the history books." And he slams his hand into his chest and winces in pain again, but still like is trying to be very like machismo about this. "That our names will be written in the history books and sung by the bards for generations." And you hear this big, "Rah!" Everyone starts to cheer, and like, everyone's like, starting to lose it again. So he holds up his hand one more time. "But let's not forget whom we owe a great debt to. One that can never be repaid, but with a lifetime of honor and admiration." He looks at you, Finn. Holds his hand out. He almost like at a loose point. He goes, "Captain Frostian Finnegan Sidonis, the captain that united the 9 seas and the entire crew of the Terror of the Deep. We thank you." And he beats his chest one more time. And then he looks to the rest of like what remains, and you see like almost this nod as the rest of the crowd also echoes, "Thank you." He then points to Sheila. "Sheila, the Cannon Eater." And then you hear like in unison, "We thank you." Almost just like this like almost mantra. "Etrian, the Baron of the Beasts," as he slams his hand into your shoulder.
We tears up a little bit.
"Magmor," as he straightens you up. "Bastion of Flame, we thank you." "Julia," he smiles, "the Phantom Bookkeeper, we thank you."
Oh yeah.
And then he doesn't do it. Ishkar actually steps forward, and a tear in her eye puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, "And Nocton, the Mysium Machine."
Okay.
Yeah! As everyone kind of cheers. All right. Settle down for just one more minute before we celebrate until we can. We are not done as a fleet here, no. I hereby announce the creation of the GSU, or the Grand Sailors Union, a spectacular fleet that will safeguard the 9 seas against any Thaddeus-level threat in the future. All are welcome, but I wouldn't blame any of you for looking for an early retirement. We've all fucking earned it. Now, let's celebrate so that the entire world can hear it. And you actually hear this like fumbling of a lute, and go, "Oh, I got this." And Gerald in the back starts playing an acoustic version of the final countdown.
Hell yeah.
And the rest of the crowd sort of like erupts in this like just aura of excitement, and everyone kind of rushes you. Those of you who can be lifted in the air are completely lifted off the ground and celebrated. Sheila, unfortunately, people like there's like this conversation between two guys who are like, "You think you could get like her leg?" And like they both like go and like just kind of like try to put their arms around your leg, and they go, You got this. You got this.
Still taller than all of us on everybody's shoulders, anyway.
Right.
Right? That's even better.
Yeah.
So
Barrel Brothers could do it.
yeah.
Are they still alive?
Yeah,
I was gonna say I don't remember that. I don't remember who survived because
I'm pretty
we haven't
sure they
listened to the
survived.
tape.
They were collected, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only missing captain I know of is Cloverfoot.
Dumbledore.
Yeah. So, but with that, the crowd is like we're in full celebration mode. Full like I mean, this is like kind of like party mixer scenario on the beach. The captains look like they all kind of want to have a word with you. So you guys can choose to have those as a group or by individually, doesn't really matter. But what do you guys do to enjoy the rest of this evening before you decide what tomorrow what tomorrow's Hair of the Deep crew is going to do? So let's go. I'll just go through how I see it. Let's start with the top. Captain Frosty and Fitting Gun, guys, Sidonis, what are you doing?
Close enough. Finn is fucking exhausted. Finn is going to, for once, partake in alcohol.
Ooh.
Well, you're gonna need something to fill the void of all the drugs you took,
Oh
Yeah.
Yep.
because I will remind you,
Oh
you
yeah.
are fiending.
Yep. So
I have a potential cure for that. It just involves dying.
Yeah,
temporarily.
yeah. So Finn's on a low right now, and he is for once going to actually partake in drinking, and he is partying, and he is looking for drugs, and he is also partying.
All right, cool.
Looking for probably the easiest action in this group of people.
In like the entire fleet.
In every sense, yep.
Okay, so you will start to learn that you have sort of like a cult following, or like you have like your own fan base in the,
Groupies. Yeah.
That's probably really bad for him.
yeah. I would say probably 99.9% of them want to fuck the shit out of you. So really take your pick.
And let's say about 30% of them do.
Okay, so that's perfect. I will say so. I will remind you that 30% of your fleet still remains, just so you guys have like their like full number.
Love that.
But yeah,
going
awesome.
on a bender with like 60 people.
Yeah,
Yeah, Finn's gonna wake up in regret.
yeah. He'll have to dig himself out of a couple
At
bodies.
least your bloodline will continue, maybe.
But that's tomorrow Finn's problem.
No, yeah, that's perfect.
And fuck that guy.
What are you doing?
I didn't catch that. Who was that?
Sheila.
Oh, Sheila will be taking a huge long rip now.
All right. So I mean, there's definitely a lot of blunts of tingle grass getting passed around. So yeah, you can just like you could take one and you take like 3 of them. All right. Yeah. So
she's like, "Oh, my muscles are so achy. I need more anti-aching." Obliterated.
well, I was gonna say a few people come out of the woodwork and go, we could assist you with the maybe like a body massage if like you're into that.
I'm not weirdo.
Well, respect. Thought I would try. And then they all just like their hearts are crushed, but like one of them slaps the other one, and you can kind of hear this like trillion of the conversation. I knew she would never fucking go for like. Why would you? I never listen to you again.
One keeps side-eyeing my feet, but is walking away.
Perfect.
It's the bravest thing I've ever seen.
Hey, well, she said something. They were just like around and hammered just the right amount of drunk to be like, what if she says yes?
We weren't expecting to be alive this long.
Death's by snoo. It would be the perfect way. All right, awesome. So let's go. Nocton, you're next. What are you doing?
I would likely want to recover some of my faculties because I was pretty wounded, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly.
You were pretty low.
But I'd likely go oil up some joints and definitely take off my armor plates. But I would likely attempt to socialize, albeit quite awkwardly.
Okay.
Um,
Ishkar will come to your rescue if she sees you kind of like attempting to socialize, and she'll bring you into a conversation with her, Nostradamus, and a few of the other like captains. And she like, I am very glad that you made it. How
I am
was
as well. Your sword served me quite excellently.
and may it serve you well in the future. You look like you have taken quite a beating. How was that fight?
I will say that
Did you kill Thaddeus? Who killed Thaddeus, by the way? We have a bet.
I will have to admit I may have been a little bit out of my senses at the time, and so I do not recall exactly who performed that act. It was not me, though.
All right. Nostradamus' voice booms over. He goes, "Let's hear it. Who the fuck killed Thaddeus? We all want to know."
Pretty sure. I mean, it was a group effort. I just blew it up at the end, and
I
then
believe there was fire
Yeah.
involved, so that made it
Yeah.
a little ambiguous.
And it was so sick.
So who was it?
I think I got the last blow
was
on
definitely
both
Edwin.
forms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that tree.
Yeah, my sunburst and my wall of fire.
All right, so I'm gonna hold on. Where's my? Here I got it. Finally, this is why I keep random dice on my desk. Motherfucker! I had Sheila, and Ishkar's just sitting and goes, "Well, I lost too." And the person that comes out of the woodwork is Rango. Ha! I fucking told y'all I'm the best. Now let's fucking pay up. And you see all these giant sacks of gold coins just into her hands, and she's like, "Ah." Etrian, she throws a bag your way, just like right off the top. It feels like at least 250 gold.
Were there any bets on who took the most damage? Because that was most certainly me.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if I took that side bet. Did anyone have? What were the side bets? We had person who killed the most was Sheila. Was that you?
No.
Who killed the most people?
I think it was Finn
Probably
who had
Finn.
the most.
Might have been either me or Etrian.
I was out for a lot of the fight though.
Killing blows, I think, was Finn.
Yeah, that might have been me.
Nobody had Finn.
Wow,
Nobody.
thanks guys.
Admittedly,
Insulting.
Finn does sort of like to steal kills.
Hey, okay, look. Just because you can't complete your mission here,
No offense.
and I had to
Finn.
finish it for you.
I did kill, if I recall correctly, I contributed the most damage to the fog spawn beast.
That's
Oh, I was
probably
gonna
valid.
say that was the next category is who killed the fog spawn. So
I did not technically kill the fog spawn.
right, who killed the fog spawn then?
I think that might have also been me.
I believe
Yeah.
it was Finn.
Yeah,
Or was
yeah,
it
because
the
somebody was
Sunburst?
mad about you stealing the kills. I thought that was one of them that you stole.
Yeah, because you stole my kill. That's what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So he
Well,
looks
yeah, because I used the
It was
cleric
either
spell
that or
to
it
kill
might have been Magmore. Did Magmore do a sunburst?
No.
No. I was too busy taking all of the
Did
damage
you
because
not?
Sheila was banished.
Yeah.
All right, here's how it went down.
Did
banished.
anyone bet on who was present the longest in the fight? Because it definitely wasn't Sheila.
That's not category.
Oh my god. Did Knock'em just make a joke?
The person who won the fog spawn was. Oh really? And Brian's like, ha 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 ha! Fuck you, bitches. He's like, I put down 1 gold, and you watch like just like this like hail of gold pieces just come flying at his face. He's like, ah! I'm not even picking those up. It's just about the reward. But yeah, so that was all the betting that had happened. But I'm sure that you fought valiantly. But you can enjoy the rest of the camaraderie of the captains, like reminiscing about all the crazy shit that had gone through, and you start to pick up some of what they're talking about. So it seems like, from what you can tell, where's my mouse? So it looks like Nostradamus and Iskar, they have plans that to head back to the port of Sea Salt and restart it as a legitimate city of their own. They also hint at rebuilding Eden and Old Clifton, some like a joint effort to basically rebuild the continent of Irium.
Okay.
The initial captains, so Bryden, Rain, Adrian, Barnaby, it looks like they are like already making plans with Jet to head back and try and help stabilize Port Royal. After which they will try to rebuild Ilix and the Paradise Isles. Jet obviously going back to Port Royal to try and bring the two brothers that died back and stabilize his city. Xander and friends, well, we'll leave them. And then, the only person, that's all of them that you would know. So, Julia, we'll move to you. What are you doing?
Julia is already hammered.
Nice.
It doesn't take much, but like
Okay, perfect.
she just basically any bottle that gets put in front of her, she's drinking it, and then she probably passes out pretty early.
Finn's feeding her a bottle like a baby.
Yeah. Those of you who are still up after Julia passes out, she is gingerly moved to a safe location and then constantly guarded by at least 4 or 5 people, like in a circle around her body. They have like pieces of wood and a hammer, and they're just like, nobody touches the hero. But she's like snoozing, broken, like the most like unattractive way, like legs like almost falling off. But yeah, you can absolutely enjoy every single drink. It's all delicious. It probably tastes better knowing that like Thaddeus is dead and you won. But yeah, it is 100% a blast. Etrian, what are you doing?
Etrian does 2 things. He goes while everyone's partying and stuff. He's only going to stay around stay in the party long enough to be polite. But during that time, he wants to go to all the captains and offer them if they can bring him a $25,000 or a 25,000 gold diamond, he can bring somebody back once a day for that cost each day.
Okay.
To spread that if there are people that can ever afford that, if they find him, or he'll send word of where he settles down and he's willing to do that for people.
Absolutely, we will pass that along.
And then he grabs a bottle of whiskey, a plate of food, and maybe something rolled up and goes and sits somewhere quiet, mostly naked, watching the ocean roll in, just away from everybody, and like kind of contemplates his life.
Okay. So, as you're sitting there contemplating life, you watch as flowers. Actually, no, flowers doesn't make sense. You watch as beautiful coral starts to grow out and around you in a circle. And you're in your head, well, not in your head, but you hear whispered from behind you. Do you want company?
You always.
So she will come and she will sit next to you, and having sort of been watching you for a little bit, she just like nestles right next to you and enjoys the peace of quiet with you. Obviously completely nude, but doesn't initiate any conversation. Just like sits there, and you guys can enjoy the peace that's in front of you.
Yeah.
As the chaos happens in the background.
Yeah, it's what my life has been however long this campaign lasted in universe, of just finding quiet moments away from everybody while all the nut jobs going crazy.
It is the first one in ages.
Yeah. So just kind of sit and enjoy it until we fall asleep there.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. as you guys are, I'm sure after a session or two of passionate lovemaking,
Yeah.
Phantasma will confide into you that she is very proud of you. That she wants to establish a moon druid grove with you somewhere. Doesn't matter, doesn't know where, but just somewhere.
Yeah, I have some ideas about that.
You because like she reminds you that moon druids are very very rare at this day and age. So
Yeah,
like
which I had no idea until.
it's almost like two druids, like the last two druids fighting themselves and being like, we need to make sure that this can continue. So she wants to also become a very active part of the GSU, so the Grand Sailors Union. And she mentions that she mentions Gnosi, but she's very apprehensive about what to do about that situation. But doesn't expect any answers, is just looking to confide in you. You can mull it over, figure out what you want to say the next day, but you guys have a tender moment and then pass out completely on the beach.
Yeah, it's a good
All
ending,
right.
right?
Magmore,
What up? Is
What-
Riker here?
he is.
Good.
He's the one who hands you your first drink.
Sick. I'm gonna go find him, and then I'm gonna take him to like a separate room from everyone, and I want to talk to him for a second.
Oh wow, you're beating me to the punch. He as you guys find a nice quiet little cove away from everybody, he puts his hand on your shoulder. He goes, "Yes, what is it, brother?"
So, I'm gonna cast True Sight on him, and then I'm just gonna look at him and say, just in case. And
Okay.
then, since I'm 20 now, I'm gonna Divine Intervention, and it's an auto success.
Okay, beautiful.
So I'm just gonna look at him and be like, "We may have done a good thing here, but our job isn't finished yet." And then I'm gonna
He-
cast it.
Okay, that's incredible. You watch his flames just erupt from his eyes and just smolder there, ever burning. And he looks out into the distance, and you watch a smoldering flame just drip down his cheek. He goes, "I can see it. And it's fucking beautiful. Our Lord has contacted me, and he told me that I should find you, and we had something to do. But this, Magmore." And he's listfully just like staring off in the distance. He goes, "I hope you know that we were both meant for a higher purpose.
We have to go there.
My bag's already packed.
Perfect.
I'm with you till the end." And he just sits and goes, "How long will this last?"
Oh God. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Hold on.
Permanent.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
I think it's an hour.
Is
Yeah.
it an hour? Yeah, hour. Yeah, it's an hour.
So he sits there and he goes, if you don't mind, I'm gonna make sure I remember this." And he sits down cross-legged, and you watch him pull out this little tiny little notebook of parchment. And as he flips over a bunch of hastily written dark sketches, which you recognize a lot of the iconography of Kossuth in the in those things. And then he finally gets to an open page, and you watch him just start hastily scribbling the two columns of fire that are connected by the star in the middle. And you've always kind of wondered, you're like, okay, he's good at fighting, but he's basically useless besides that, besides being a dumbass drunk. But you were like, okay, he can sketch, because he is doing it lightning quick, and it's actually fucking impeccable.
Okay.
You can go back if you want. I'm going to be here for a little bit.
Would you like a drink?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm gonna go get him one.
Awesome. All right, cool. So when you return, he is obviously is still halfway through his sketch, and it is he's getting the fire detail down very. It's almost like he's like it's a photograph. That's how well.
Have
he's-
you always been able to do that? How are you with maps?
I never tried. I never thought about it really.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I just never had the
Very good.
I never had the time to do it. I guess I used to do it a lot when I was little, but then I kind of grew up and fell off the wagon. I guess. But every once in a while, I like to pick it back up.
Okay. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind.
But yeah, so he like will happily like chug half the drink and then continue with his sketching into the night. You can return to the party. Loratus intercepts you as you're returning. He goes, "My boy, where's the rest of you fucks?
What do you mean?
I thought the rest of you would be up, and Julia's already been passed out being guarded by 5 men."
You know she's a cheap date.
Yeah, well, she, I was going to make a small joke, but she's no longer small anymore.
Well,
Let's go at least find somebody. So Loratus will try his best to reconvene the rest of the Terror of the Deep, what little remains of you. I know most of you have like fractured and splintered off, but he will find the rest of you that are still up, and he will tell you that he's also very proud of you, and that you guys are welcome at his place anytime. He does have to get back to Mara Uta. And he drunkenly spills the beans about why, because the enlarged spell isn't going to cast itself. But if you are going to come, please just warn me, please. And then expresses a like huge, just like giddiness to be like, I can't wait to put this in my book of tales and adventures. It's going to be spicy. But he will bid you guys adieu before like the end, like it starts to get into the wee hours of the night, and then the whole resistance burns it down. Not like literally, but burn like I mean, if any of you guys are early risers, there's like 3 or 4 people that decided to pull all nighter and are still drinking. And,
God.
But like. It was one hell of a party. You guys are all hungover as shit. If you guys overdrank, I know Etrian might actually be okay with how he took things.
I feel great.
So, with all of that being said, what does it look like for the rest of you guys going forward into the world? What are you guys doing? Let's start. Let's do the same path that we did before. So Finn.
Well, Finn's first order of business is to tie up any loose ends, and there are quite a few. The first of all would be to track down the captains of the remaining VRF ships that abandoned us at the last moment.
Oh, okay. Track down the.
And Finn is going to make a very big show of annihilating them.
Yeah. Okay. Are you bringing back Cloverfoot?
If there's a way to do that, yeah, I would definitely do that.
I mean, you guys have the means to. Like, I mean, you guys do have a little bit left of that crystal dragon that you can, like, splinter off. I believe you have 10K left.
Yeah, I'm sure Cloverfoot has the money to pay us back too, so I'm not.
That's also true.
There's also that. So
He's alive.
it's just up to you guys because I feel like Cloverfoot would definitely be a part of that.
Yeah, I can do that for sure, and I will. I start by gathering as many VRF people as I possibly could, and I'd be like, "So are we annihilating the whole crew of each ship, or just the captains?"
We start with the captains.
Because I'm going to annihilate someone.
You and he looks at you and goes, my boy, you have full power to annihilate them. But we start with the captains because I know a lot of them probably were just following orders and scared.
Right. We're going to teleport into their houses in the middle of the night and kidnap them, and they are going to be missing for a while until they show up hanged incinerated and who knows what else on the docks of.
Clifford's like head's just like tilting as he's just realizing what you're saying. He goes, "All right, so that means we're going to Vasundu then."
Yeah, real quick. I'll leave you guys in Fasundu, and then we'll take care of business, and then I'll dip.
Well, there's not many of us. There's like 15 of us left.
Oh, cool! I can do one spell then. That's perfect.
All right, beautiful. So after you take care of the VRF ships, what is Captain Finnegan, what Frosty and Finnegan decide on is doing?
I did promise Magmore that I would help with the Kossoth thing.
Okay, so we got headed to Kossoth.
Yeah, Port Royal already fucking hates me, so I'm just gonna avoid that place like
Yeah.
a plague for the rest of my life.
Oh, can we make a quick stop? I just want to see how Jerry's doing.
You can.
Yeah.
I'll stay on the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to, once we're done with that, go tend to Gnosi.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
if you help me with this, I'll help you with whatever the heck you want.
Well, we're gonna have like 20,000 other things to help after we're done with that. But
I did. I know.
Okay.
There's a
I'm
list.
just saying that this
There's
is my
a
next
list.
thing. This is
Yeah.
my next thing, and then that's the next thing after that.
No, that's all I want because like I want a little bit of broad strokes here. Like you can go in detail like for like the immediate stuff, but like give me broad strokes about what your character's doing because they are becoming NPCs in my world. So I want to know what they're generally going to be up to.
The whales wanted to go generally where Kossoth is, I think.
Yeah, one of them wanted to head to the continent above it, but yes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so I think we would probably try and rope Phantasma and hopefully Etrian in
Yeah,
to bring the whales back and also do the Koso thing in kind of one swoop.
Yeah, they helped me kick my habit. I owe them.
All right. So wait, we lost.
Sheila.
Oh, keep Sheila. Oh, there he is.
What is this going on? All right. Well, with that, Sheila. Oh wait, no, we're still waiting. So Julia, what is
So
your character doing?
Julia is pretty much fully focused on Gnosi at this point. Especially given the I guess first thing she's gonna have to work on a lot of meditation and trying to kick her habit.
Yeah. Those of you who are drug addicted are going to have to go to rehab or use some spells.
Yeah. Or ask
He'll
Etrian
even
for his-
resurrect you, and then you won't be addicted anymore.
I just don't want to die again, so I think I'll take it the hard way.
Right, so she kicks her habit and is fully focused on Gnosi.
Yep. Yeah. So if we do hit level, if we are like higher level, eventually she gets the teleportation circles. So essentially, she's gonna work on establishing a circle down. I know, right?
Somebody else.
That's it though. Just circle. I don't get anything
We
else.
can split up.
Yeah. Right.
That's awesome. No, but yes, so you can build her as a like level 20 and just make sure you send me the link so I know what she can do.
Yeah. So
Everybody is level 20. Everybody is level 20.
Hell yeah.
All right, Sheila.
So yeah, she's gonna.
Sorry, no,
Basically just gonna start ferrying people out of there as much as she can. Like
okay, so like getting like the people who are like the rebels, get them out.
yeah, and
Cool,
then
nice.
start sowing dismay within it from a more like rather than like stir more conflict in that area, considering it's already kind of becoming a hotbed. She's gonna just try and slowly get everyone like show people that there is the surface world now that she's seen it, and like over time hopefully kind of create more of a like level of
No, that's perfect. Because that'll be great for when we do the mini series of Gnosi because we'll build it in right when the lockdown happens because eventually when they realize that someone's doing this, they're just locking the city down completely.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Perfect. I love that. All right. So Julie, focused on Gnosi. Bringing people out and showing them the surface world. Awesome. All right, Sheila, what are you doing?
So deep into the night of the partying, Sheila's gonna find Heavy Neck when no one's like really paying attention anymore.
Like the box, yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
the first thing on my list.
Like Heavy. What are we doing now? Like, what the fuck are we doing? We
Wait, so
sneaking out
you
the
have
window?
Heavy out of the box, or are you just talking to the box?
I was talking to the box.
Okay.
I'm asking him what we're doing so I
love
can decide what I'm gonna do with him.
He can't talk. He can't respond at all. He's stuck in a box.
So then Sheila is gonna look at Jeremy and say, Jeremy, what are we gonna do with Heavy Neck?
I think that we figure out how to like, because you said that like, didn't they say we were like connected? We got to figure out how to like cut the connection and then like, I don't know, kill him.
Hello.
Well, like, what are you gonna like? That's how we solve the other problem, right? We kill like. So why don't we just
solve most of our problems?
So just exactly. So we figured out how like because I figure it like I feel like everyone's right. Like if we kill Heavy Neck and I'm still like tethered to him, I'm definitely dying. So I actually kind of like being alive. Like it's kind of cool. So like I would rather not die. So if we could figure out how to do that, that'd be great.
So you want to take Heavy Neck, get the fuck out of here, and go venture on our own and steal another ship?
I mean, can we bring Tolland?
Of course, I love just having everyone below my half with me.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fun. But like, we're gonna still like talk to the other guys, right? And why do we need to like steal a ship? Do you think they're just gonna give us one? Wait, we have
More
two.
fun that way.
Wait, we have two. Don't you have two ships? We have the Terror, and then you have the Thaddeus's ship.
No, but you're not understanding. This whole plan requires us to steal a ship.
Okay, so you're starting to get like I won't even make you roll for it. Like you're inciting off of him, and like he kind of seems like he wants to be a part of the crew. So like you running off and like kind of doing your own like kind of like you and like Heavy Neck like adventures. Like he kind of seems like he's not into it. He seems apprehensive about it. He's like I'd love to go, but like what about everybody like else? Like so like the kind of just like stealing a ship and like doing that, like he seems like he's not completely on board with the scenario as you've laid it.
So, Jeremy, do you not want to steal the ship? We can take a crew and go.
I just think,
want to clarify. Just remember, Heavy Neck is reduced,
okay.
locked inside of a box that only I can unlock.
Yes.
Just wanted to clarify.
So
That's
he's
it.
only reduced. Okay, so wait, what kind of a box is it? I never really asked. Is it like a lead box? Because if he could talk, that'd be hilarious.
I think it was just like a lock box that I cast something on, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, he could
You
totally.
definitely can talk
Okay, so,
in it.
no, wait, so this gets better. Like you haven't realized this up until now, but like you're sitting there like, dude, like if you don't want to steal a ship, like that's totally fine. And you hear this like little like this mumbling coming from it, and then you put your ear up to it and you go, Sheila, what the fuck? Leave that prick and let's just go steal a ship and figure this out ourselves. What are you doing?
Sheila's gonna throw her stunner shades on and say, later. And toss her beer at him and go.
Hey, Talon's like, all right, well, no, sorry. Jeremy is like, well, okay, well, like, you go find the ship, I'll go find the next, and then just like, he's like, all right, see you soon, and just like, he definitely thinks that like, you're going to get a ship and a crew together right now, but like, you're just like, later, bitch. So what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, keep in mind, Heavy Neck is still, we would call it under the influence. Like that problem is not solved. So what are you doing? Are you really stealing a ship and going?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get a hold of her.
Wait, you're gonna try and get a hold of the Radas?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have wait? Who has the sending stone?
I think me or Nocton.
I mean,
Oh,
I
was
have
just
one, but I
gonna
think
say,
Etrian
I'm
has
gonna
one
walk
too.
in and walk in on you guys and make it out, and I'll be like, "Yo, can I get that stone real quick?"
Oh, me and Dad. I'm just like, it's in my pack. Go away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not where. Like, what do you? They're all over there.
You don't
Sheila
see the
just
giant
like
pile of
just
stuff?
nobody notices that Sheila just has the chest over her shoulder when
I
she's
was
walking.
gonna
away.
say, just
I
pick
feel like
the
I
pieces
noticed
over
it
there.
right now. Etrian doesn't care about that.
Yeah, I mean, there he did this in the middle of them fucking. Like, they're
Yeah.
indisposed.
Sheila's gonna turn around and be like, "Can I get you anything else?"
No, silence,
Thanks. Bye.
privacy. All right. So you get the sending stone. You hit up Loratus. What are you saying?
I know you're kind of busy right now, so when you get this message, hit me up. We gotta fix heavy. Taking a ship and a stone. Call me.
Okay. Um, since you did this in the middle of like the party and not like the next day, Loratus walks up to you, like as he was leaving, like his pocket just starts glowing blue, and he's just like,
Closes the portal.
and he's walking at you with the stone in his hand. He goes, "I'm sorry. What did you need, honey?" Puts the stone in his pocket. Goes, "What are you doing with Heavy Neck?"
I'm just
I
gonna
don't-
put him right up.
Does Loratus know that Heavy Neck's in the box?
Yes, he helped you research the spell to like break to break what you assume is like tethering them.
Right, but Loratus had left before we put Heavy Neck in the box, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, but then he came back and he was playing like liaison. So I guess yeah, he wouldn't know. No. I mean,
Well,
unless
yeah.
you guys
If he
told
was
him.
back on the deep, he would know. But
Yeah, he was the guy who was on the deep, like teleporting you guys to and fro.
Also, as a note, there would absolutely have been an alarm on that box, and I totally know, but I just sort of am over
That-
it.
That's fine. So Loratus is saying, yeah, you need to find Nocton. He will help you.
Oh, is that why it's been glowing this whole time?
No, that's the alarm spell. He knows you took them.
Ah, man.
You should go talk to Nocton.
Please have it be like one of those like buzzers for like a table. Like, in a restaurant.
There's just like a light on my wrist that's just flashing. Just
Awesome. Okay, so Sheila, you walk over to Nocton, right? Or you just what are you doing? I don't want to assume.
Nocton, what's up?
Hi, Sheila. Is that what
You
I
go.
think it is?
And then Loratus leaves.
Yeah, I was just having a conversation with Heavy and thought, you know what? I bet Nocton would open this box for me.
So I'm not gonna tell you that I'll open it for you here and now because I would prefer to not see more bloodshed today. However, I look around, make sure Finn is not anywhere near,
Yeah, he's not here.
and I say, if you promise me that you will not open it within a league of here, I will assist. And you must promise that Heavy Neck will never return to the terror of the deep.
Wait.
Also, he owes me
Do
money.
both of those. I'm not sure about that third one, but I can definitely do one.
Unfortunate.
I'm not sure what he's good for.
Heavy
Alright.
Neck, if you can hear me, if you do not end up dead by the hands of people who want you dead,
Just like everybody.
and I find you, I will collect on the debt you promised me when we first met. That is all.
I'm gonna
And,
collect on
and
the
I'll hand Sheila a second sending stone, or my sending stone. Be like,
Okay.
when you are away from here, I will instruct you how to open the box.
Okay.
All right.
Can
Oh,
Finn please
and one
stumble
other
in?
thing, Sheila. You must never tell Finn that I assisted you. Because I will be telling Finn that I fought with my last breath.
Your secret safe with me, and then Shield's gonna do like a dramatic key zip throwaway.
Hey,
Heavy Neck just goes,
And like I don't know if Sheila realizes this, but I'm a little bit looser than I usually am, and it could have something to do with the fact that I was also consuming alcohol and have 75% less body mass.
do you even have a liver anymore?
Probably not.
Should just go straight in there.
And then I say, now, are you leaving now or what?
Soonish.
It was a pleasure to battle with you, and occasionally terrifying when you were turned against us. Should I ever need some heavy lifting, I may contact you.
Absolutely.
But Heavy Neck is not invited.
That seems to be the kind of the theme when we go to most parties.
If we ever
Sheila's
discover,
gonna
I'm planning to employ Jeremy in the future. So if we ever discover how to disconnect them, we will likely see each other again.
Okay.
perfect.
Beautiful.
Oh,
All right. so
and
then,
Heavy Neck, if you die and Jeremy dies, it's gonna be a problem. So don't die.
ow. Okay. Never mind. I'll let you think about that.
Someone's gonna pay that money.
I'm already
Anyways,
probably-
I think my logic is a little bit off at the moment, so I'm going to consume some other liquids. Goodbye.
Okay.
I just turn around.
Per- All right. So with that, Sheila, is it safe to say you leave the next day?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Sheila, you depart and you phone Noxon. He gives you whatever instructions that it is to open the box. Out pops Heavy Neck.
Even smaller than normal.
Just a note. I did not say I would tell her how to take off the collar.
Fine. He's the. Well, what the fuck do we do now?
She's like,
Pick me
"Oh,
up.
Well, yeah, over the last 24 hours while
Wow.
I've been waiting to release you, I did sew a pouch for you to sit in.
Oh, great! He starts climbing up you. Well, what are you
Heavy
waiting
neck
for?
Bjorn.
And
Get me a thimble of beer.
It's like Dr. Evil and Mini Me, bro.
Pretty much is.
Gonna come to mid-shin.
So you guys set off to go try and figure out how to sever the tie of Heavy Neck and Jeremy. And also Heavy Neck reminds you that he wants to do the whole soul binding gem thing. So that's basically where you guys are going to head your way. Nocton, since you already kind of said half of what you're doing, what's up?
So immediately after the party, I would meet up with Ishkar and discuss their plans, so I had an understanding of what they were planning to do.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
I would
rebuilding.
offer my services in terms of fabrication, if needed.
We would be delighted to have you as our head of engineering.
I would request a few.
Anything you need.
Fantastic. And I'm just going to list off all the things that I'm going to do that. So the first thing is I would be building a boat for Etrian and Phantasma, and it would have a very large tree on it.
Jeez, guilt much?
I pay my debts.
Finally.
That's basically all I say when I I meet up with them at some point. And I say I have something for you, and like
Oh,
I make them like follow me through the whole city wherever they were, and
Yeah.
out to the docks. And I'm like, "This is yours," and then I say, "I pay my debts."
It's
and
beautiful. Thank you.
I don't
Not
know if you need a boat, but I felt obligated.
Nathan, I've been wanting to say this a while. You may be made of metal, but I've never met someone with a bigger heart than you. And she
Right.
gives you a big old hug.
I'm just like looking down and I say, I mean, it's average sized.
I
I
Thank you.
understand.
and she like she stammers for a bit and she's like, thank you.
uh, and then I would likely be assisting Julia in means of transporting people from Gnosi.
Sweet.
We
I
have
wasn't
the
gonna
terror.
like assume it, but if I could use it, she was definitely gonna be like,
So,
"What are you doing with
so
that
I-
boat knocked on?"
so I would essentially be promoting Jeremy, and I would be instructing him how to be the new captain of the Terror, essentially. And his services would be available to Julia under the condition that messages were passed back and forth between me and the people in Gnosi that would be useful to me.
No, yeah,
And
absolutely. You can pretty much establish a fairly effective line of communication, which is really fun to think that the last time that there was ever an open line of communication from Gnosi to the surface world was like hundreds of years ago. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so without a doubt, not a problem. And you guys can be trying to tackle the Gnosi problem head on.
So, in between the trips to and from Gnosi, my goal would be to collect the giant Mizium cannon from the
No. That's Xander's. Xander's will literally fight you for it, and if you want to
That's
have a
okay.
one-on-one, we'll do it. But here's the thing: he also knows you have that giant Mizium cannon on your ship, your new ship. That's yours. So pick one.
Okay, fine.
Pick one.
I had forgotten about the giant Mizium cannon on the new ship, so I would be retrofitting and or dismantling the giant Mizium cannon, as that's much simpler.
Yeah, and Xander really has already earmarked that quantity for a very specific project. So
Understood. I had forgotten about the very scary large one, the trauma, head
yeah,
trauma.
I understand. It's been a long journey. But yeah, that's fine.
So that Mizium would go towards basically advancing the technology of both the Terror and any future ships and engineering in the city Ishkar and Nostradamus are planning to sort of renovate, I guess. And so, I would hope that it would sort of be a sort of like technological boom in some aspects.
Yeah. I'll come up with a clever phrase that the people will call it. But you will be bringing what Via Macania has basically bogarted for their entire existence out to the people. So you're gonna make a lot of friends, but also you might make some enemies in Via Macania who are very unhappy about you upsetting the status quo. But that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and then as a sort of like a side hobby, I would be like researching extraplanar travel, but I care a lot less than I used to.
Yeah, it's been pretty. I mean, you're starting to establish a kind of a real foothold in this world. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not a weirdo who just has no home. I now have friends in a home. So
no, you guys, I wasn't kidding. There will be songs and stories and all sorts of plays will be done about this. It'll be great. But yeah, you can absolutely help facilitate all of that. Yeah.
And
Cool.
I would also, the last thing I would be doing would be making a better suit of armor for Magmor that allows him to swim.
Let's go!
Okay, cool.
I've needed that for so long.
I do have one thing. You're taking the cannon off of Thaddeus's ship?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are you replacing it with? Because this is my ship now.
I would work closely with you
That's
to
what-
replace it with a less destructive, but equally as effective defensive weapon.
Yes. So in your dismantling of the cannon, you can absolutely like reverse engineer and make a smaller, like less catastrophic version, if you will.
It only blows up
Wait a
one
minute.
ship at a time.
Yeah.
Wait a
No.
minute. I don't want.
But
I don't want that. You know what I want?
What do you
I want.
get?
Gatling cannon.
I want a portal cannon.
That's awesome.
This
Oh,
intrigues me, and I
so
will
it's a
assist.
giant portal to open and shoot through.
No, like it shoots and creates a portal for us to sail through.
That's what I just said. Yeah. Like
I am,
okay.
I am
Yeah, yeah.
okay with,
yeah, a
with
ship-sized portal.
Yes.
So then yes, absolutely. That would be like my third side hobby.
That would be my father's dream, and we do have some type of blueprints for something like this already.
Yeah,
That is
it'll
correct. We also do have plans for a nuclear reactor. So
Cool. Well, we can add that too.
yeah. So when we pick, like when I do pick back up, it'll probably be at like right around the time when Nocton finally gets to establish like one of the first like underwater arcane gates.
yeah, I think I would sort of like in my travels doing all of these things, I would collect as many brilliant engineers as I could find and sort of create almost a new Izzet guild. Not the Izzet guild, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but my goal would be to create a sort of network of geniuses all across the world that I could contact and tap for various information to develop these new technologies.
Awesome. Do you have access to a D100?
I mean, on Roll20, which is
Can
less
you
than-
just roll me a D100? If it's a 100, something happens.
if it's a 100, okay. I mean, I could just tell it to roll 100. If you
Wow.
want me to do that. Oh my god!
What is it?
It's a 99!
No way!
That's close enough. No. Guidance.
No.
God damn it!
I will have to do a bigger reveal at some later date.
Ah,
Now, I want you
can't
to know.
believe
I want you to
got
know,
99.
Nocton,
God damn it!
that
Yeah.
the reason that I'm all right with resigning my post as captain of the Terror of the Deep and allowing you all to take it
Fair.
is because I want the fireproof ship for whatever the fuck Magmar's got going on.
Totally understandable.
Alright.
And I did not mean to usurp your captainness. I just
Oh sure, yeah, sure, yeah.
It just everything just slips his mind right now.
You just
really-
decided that Jeremy was the captain now, and then
it's
fuck
a
Finn.
head draw. I said first mate, didn't I? Did I say first mate?
No, you said.
I think
you
I
said
meant
Jeremy.
to say first mate. I apologize. I apologize.
All right. So with that comment being thrown down, Magmar, it's pretty obvious what you're doing.
Hello? Oh, there it goes. Yes.
So just headed to the two pillars. That's it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And if there is a way to stop by Port Royal, if that is any way on the way, I do want to stop by just to see what's going on with him. But if not,
Absolutely not.
then we'll just go directly there.
So I will tell you right now, both of the locations based like after you spend a while like triangulating and like doing your
Mhm.
best guesstimate, you absolutely have to go through Port Royal because one of the locations is in the sand deserts that you're actually from,
Okay.
and then the other one is on the south end of like the south end of the like shattered continent of Octheon. So
Okay.
they're both located in Octheon.
Let's go. Okay.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to find out what Jeremy's up to, Jeremy's no longer involved with any of the guards or any legitimate.
You mean Jerry, right?
Jerry.
Sorry, Jerry is no longer a part of the guards.
Okay.
he actually, if you do some asking around about him, they scoff at him and they basically all spit at his name because he's now like a big wig for the mouth down in the Undercity and is big
Oh God. Okay.
and is like a lieutenant in his like gang army.
Of course he is.
Yeah. So they would love to
Okay.
see him die, but he's currently down there somewhere being a shithead.
Okay. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind. All right. I don't have to worry about him at a later date. He's not important right now. I have other
Right, and
things
then
to
you
do.
guys are headed towards the pillars. Perfect.
Yes.
So in that same light, because you are level 20 and your divine intervention just happens now,
Mhm.
you will eventually get more info as to what you are doing at those locations.
Mhm.
The first location, there is a very hidden city of Zerikna, who is ruled by I think it's a gynosphinx, a male
Okay.
sphinx,
Okay.
who is using that Kosuth holy site as his own personal like battery.
Okay.
You basically have to kill the gynosphinx.
Okay. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
And then the other one, there is an ancient like dungeon that is within a labyrinth of a volcano that's at the ass end of Akthion that you need to get to the center of it. And
I wish you could see my face right now.
yeah,
That sounds so cool.
which there is an ancient portal to the fire plane that goes through like that's currently being like used as their own personal like playground as like some creature that he doesn't know, but it's
Okay.
powerful enough to basically block off the whole thing and use that energy for his own.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, that's what you got to do.
Fuck yeah.
Beautiful. All right, last but not least, Etrian.
I have a couple of plans, but I'll try to be fast about it. So we do try to start a grove to train moon druids. We try to find. I've been keeping my eye out for islands that are far away and isolated, but still have like an animal population, so still densely like forested and stuff.
Okay.
So try to find something like that we can establish our grove on. We spend time first going around and making sure all the trees are. We use the fireproof glyph and infuse it with as much power as we can to try to make it work on almost every tree that we can. We encourage plant growth through like the fungal network to cover the entire island in the scry-proof glyph.
Oh,
So
sick.
okay, so you're basically making a like druid fortress as an island.
Yeah, we're planning
Oh,
for
no.
one day. We're planning for one day the hags to attack us because we're taking power away from them. So we're setting up as much as we can to prepare that and make sure that
Oh,
our druids, because
guys.
both of our
Fantastic idea. Why don't we all just like also get anti-scrying tattoos?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do that. We could all just do that.
yeah, we should do that too.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Maybe okay. We
Why didn't we do that before?
Well, I think Loratus is probably when we go ask him to do this, he's going to tell us that we need a lot of resources we don't have. But
That's
I
fair.
say we reconvene and visit Loratus in a couple months and see what's what and do that.
Yeah. I have an idea for us to make some money for the because I really want to support the what was the GS?
The GSU, the Grand Sailors
Yeah.
Union.
Yeah. So in between doing that and once we do that and everything's secure and we have everything like the way we want it to, we go around and awaken all the trees and animals as well on the island. Like that's like an ongoing project.
Okay.
And teach them to like defend the island for us. And then we everywhere that we traveled, we got sticks, we got like branches and established like places that we can jump to quickly. So we go back to all the richer cities we know of and tell them that if they don't have druids, we'd be willing for a price to increase their crop load every year by 4%, right, by 400%. So that's how we're gonna make money. Is
Okay.
charging kingdoms, and we'll do it for free in like hamlets and smaller towns, but bigger cities, we're just gonna go around everywhere that we can find and charge a lot of gold.
So you do remember that that would actually be a huge money generator for Akthion because it doesn't grow anything naturally. So
Yeah,
That's huge, as well as the other places, obviously. But start
yeah.
at Port Royal.
And part of the agreement is that the places help the GS like with supplies. A small portion goes to GSU to keep them as they're getting built up, like food wise, helps them make sure that they can maintain a force that can defend against things like this again.
We're also going to make sure that most of the ships being built are going to be GSU ships. So
Yeah,
we should have this entire world covered.
yeah. We just keep doing that while we build up our Druid Grove and try to fireproof. And I finally get to cast the Druid Grove spell. So we have. I'm assuming we both do it every day for like a year, so that 200 square feet is filled with like a defensible thing that we can control. With like it has like a bunch of stuff to it, and we build like a nice like community on the island, and try to we add a transportation circle so that Finn and everyone else can get there easily. Because we're gonna be like when I say isolated, I want it like far away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you want to name this island?
I have to think about it. I
Okay.
haven't thought about it at all. I thought of all the other stuff about the island, but not that.
No, because that's the only thing that I will be outstanding. Everything else is amazing. So yeah,
Yeah, and part of the gold that we make, we start buying the 25,000 gold worth of diamonds and storing it in an underground vault that we can make because we can like meld stone and do all sorts of crazy stuff.
yeah.
So we start storing stuff there for resources like an emergency. So we start making like a bunker, like a fallback area where if the hags and things go wrong, we have a place that our friends can like a final stand kind of thing.
I like
Basically, Etrian turns into a prepper.
yeah,
Yeah.
very clear.
Yeah. He's
No,
been through some stuff, and he's also his whole grove originally was like burned down and destroyed and everyone was killed. So he's
Yeah.
very paranoid about that too because he cares about people again.
Yeah. Don't worry, Itrian. It is very sexy when you plan ahead.
We have like a whole arsenal and shit.
Kids.
Probably whatever happens. I don't think they do anything to stop
At
it.
least 7.
Yeah. I mean, we live a very long time, so
Yeah. Phantasma wants like like when she planned on settling down, she wanted a fairly robust family. So
Yeah,
she
Etrian
wants
does
at least 5.
Etrian's fine with it. He's never really he spent like 100 years alone and then immediately got involved with a bunch of insane pirates and saved the world. So he's kind of discovering stuff for the first time.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. So at least 5, and then maybe we go to 10.
Yeah, we do generational. We're gonna live for like 500 or 600 more years. So
Absolutely. We won't give Loratus a run for his money, but we are going to have lots.
yeah.
Right.
Until we can have a team that can face his kids in whatever that sport was.
Oh yes, Apo,
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Dragon Ball, yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
And they're all gonna be moon druids, so it's gonna be a fair fight.
Like I imagine like it eventually becomes like such a rivalry that it's actually like they get uniforms and it's actually
yeah.
like Loratus' team versus like Etrian and Phantasma, and it's like a yearly trip that like turns into a brawl.
Yeah.
I just picture Finn and Magmar just looking at like a calendar and being like, "Oh shit, that's tomorrow, isn't it? All right, we gotta go, guys."
Yeah.
Everybody up. Yeah.
100%.
You guys pile in, you're immediately given like those like little like bangy sticks to make noise.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's amazing. And that basically wraps it up for us. I once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for being my players. I have
It was a
had
lot of fun, dude.
such a blast DMing for you, and you guys like each and every single one of you like surprised the shit out of me and taught me and made me like a better DM. So I just want to thank you guys again. You guys have been fantastic.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Yeah, no,
showing
thank
up.
you, dude. Holy
This is
shit.
incredible
You're a great
campaign.
fucking DM.
So,
And thank you for letting a random person join your group and pretend to be an elf for like a year with you guys.
no, dude, you all came in and like we're all had your own distinct flavors, and it took a while to mesh, but once you guys meshed, it like became so familiar. It's
Oh,
honestly
definitely.
Yeah, once
I've
you
actually-
learn that the like mildly autistic guy is actually the most chaotic of all of us.
Yeah.
It's
actually
because if
really-
you only make logical decisions, things go insane after a while. That's just true.
But yeah, so with that, I think this is my sign off. So I'll see you guys later. Sorry, no, wait, hold on. I wanted to do some. Joe,
Yeah.
West March guys.
Jesus Christ.
No. So we're taking a year off from like any games.
We're gonna be silent in Twitch for a while.
Okay, I'm just trying to get it out there.
Yeah, no, this was a lot to try and do.
Yeah.
And I think I would love to bring the podcast back, but I've said that twice now, and it comes
We'll
in
see. I
spurts.
mean,
So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think that's all we're good for is spurts. So,
Yeah.
but maybe like later in the year, like because what I want to do for like you guys and like the loose ends is I want to run them as like high level one shot like mini series. I'm not even gonna say one shot anymore. It's just a mini series because we know me.
Yeah,
Right.
But that way, it would be something like I would be like, "Hey guys, like we're gonna run Gnosi. It's gonna be 10 sessions long, period. Like, and then coordinate when we could do it. That kind of a thing. But like, I kind of want to do finish up all loose ends, and then I would jump into another campaign. But that would be like I've already told you guys, at least a year down the road for me. So
Yeah, for
we're
sure.
going a little dark. But thank you guys for watching us. It was a blast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Everybody.
thanks everybody.
All right.
And
Yeehaw.
stay safe out there.
Bye.